shine.
Alright, so what's up guys, welcome back to another video and let's get straight into it. It's a leg day. We're starting off with leg extensions to pre-exhaust the legs. I like to work on 4 sets. I increase the weights on every set, working around 12 to 15 reps. All I want to do here is mainly just get the blood into the quads, warm up my knees and my joints, and just get overall, stretch and get the blood in there before I start going on to the bigger compound movements. As you can see, I'm stretching, keeping my toes pointed forward to really contract the quads and get the blood in there. I don't want to aim for fatigue, I don't want to go complete failure on each set. I just want to, like I said, just get the blood in the muscle, feel the pump, get the blood going, and just really get myself warmed up, ready for the bigger compound movement. So we're going to get straight in, like I say, 4 sets of this. Keep increasing the weight as we go. I work on around, keeping it quite light but not too light, so I'll do around about 6 on the stack, and then I'll work my way up to maybe around about 10, maybe pushing it to 12 if I want to skip a few stacks. But that's it for leg. Alright, so we're now moving on to the second exercise. Again, just to get the blood into the muscle and warm up the knees, warm up all the joints and that. I like to go on to the leg curls. We're doing 4 sets again, working around about 12 to 15 reps. Again, we're not going to fatigue on this. We're just trying to get the contraction, get blood into the muscle, and just warm everything up before we start moving on to bigger movements. Because the legs are such a big muscle group, we really want to just focus on making sure we're safe throughout the whole workout and making sure everything. Right, so we're now moving on to the first main exercise, which is the leg press. We're doing 4 sets at 10 reps. We're going to keep it 10 reps on each set, but we're just going to make sure we go as heavy as we can. And as you can see, I'm not coming all the way down. I'm just trying to keep the tension on the quads all the way through the motion. So I'm doing almost like a half range of motion movement here, just really trying to keep the tension and all the weight onto the quads, really drive up, pushing through my heels. That's what I always find best, push through the heels, not through the toes, and it really contracts the quads and gets the quads working. My sets and rest in between is pretty much around about a minute in between each set. Right, so we're moving up in the weights. Like I say, each set we're just going to go up, keep increasing the weights. We're working on about 1 plate each set. So we started off around about 3 plates, and then we'll work up again. So 4, 5, 6 to 7 plates overall. Again, it just see how I feel on the day. We're trying to keep it as heavy as we can, but we're not going too heavy that we're struggling on 7 or 8 reps. We want a good 9 to 10 reps. We really want to be struggling on that last set. We don't want to be going to 6 reps and then having to struggle, having to stop, lose the tension. So make sure you find a comfortable weight that you can do 10 nice comfortable reps, but also make it a struggle as well when you get towards the 9th and 10th rep. Really make those last 2 reps, they're the ones that really count. Keep the tension there at all times and really drive through those heels. That's one of my favorite tips I like to give to everyone. So we're now moving on to the hack squats. We're going to do more of a narrow stance on this to work on the outer sweep. We're just going to do 3 sets on here. We're going to keep the weight the same. As you can see here, I've just got 2 plates either side. I'm just going to, like I said, keep the weight the same, but we're going to work on around about 15 to 20 reps. So we're going to go for a bit more volume on this. That's why we're not increasing the weight too much again. And as well with the narrow stance, it does become a little bit harder. You're more of a narrow stance. You're not getting that much strength to be really be able to lift heavier weights. This just really helps me, especially to do the outer sweep. It's one part that I lag in some areas, is just the outer sweep of my quads. So I like to just really focus on the narrow stance as well with the wider stance, I always mix it up. So with the leg press, we kind of had a shoulder width stance. Sometimes on the leg press, I like to have more of a wider width part where I'll go pretty much either side of the edge of the pads. And then on the narrow stance as well, which I'm using here on the hack squat. So we're using a bit of range of motion. We're using a variety. We're using different angles. Just really, really focusing on hitting the quads from every single angle, getting the outer sweep, getting the thickness, getting the overall just blood into the muscle, breaking down the fibers and really growing those quads. So that's the second main exercise of the day. Now we're going to go on to stiff leg deadlifts. We're just going to work on 4 sets here, 12 reps. Again, we're just keeping the weight quite light here. The only reason why I keep the weight quite light for myself is because for me, I struggle quite badly with these stiff leg deadlifts. I end up incorporating a lot of my lower back into this, so I like to keep it as light as I can and really focus on stretching the hamstrings at the bottom. And as you see, as I come up to the top, I'm just squeezing my glutes and really contracting the glutes and the hamstrings to really feel the fibers and the muscle working. We're going to move on to our second set now, like I say, keeping it around about 15 reps, really stretching down at the bottom and then contracting and squeezing the glutes and the top of the hamstrings at the top. Right, so we're now moving on to squats. We're going to work on 3 sets, 12 to 15 reps, and we're going to get heavier on each set. As you can see here, I've put squats towards the end of my exercise. We're just switching things up. We know we've pre-exhausted the quads with the leg extensions. We've gone in our heavy compound movements with the leg press and hat squats. We've also, fatigued the hamstrings. So now we're just overall fatigued the whole legs. So I'm finishing off now with the squats to really burn out the quads and finish them off, completely fatigue them. As you can see here, I'm increasing the weight. So we started off with just 1 plate either side. Now we're moving up to 2 plates. Got a shoulder width stance, as you can see here. I'm not going too wide and I'm not coming in too narrow. And as you can see, the whole way through this exercise, I keep my head facing forward, fixated on one position. So I know that I'm in the perfect position and stance to do the hack squats, to really, emphasize getting all the tension onto my quads and glutes, driving up, not so much with my back, more so with my quads, as that's the target muscle that we're trying to go for here. We're coming on to the last set now. We're just doing 3 plates here. As you can see, I'm still keeping it quite consistent with the reps. I haven't paused too much, trying to keep as much tension as we can on the quads, but at this stage we are really fatigued and really burnt out. So this is one exercise a lot of people tend to miss out. They kind of refer it to a woman's exercise, but I always like to get this in my leg routines. This is the abductor for the outer sweep and also the inner sweep of the thighs and also your glutes as well, just to get that all-round muscle look of the quads, the glutes, the hamstrings, everything, the overall develop of the legs. So I like to just do 3 sets of here. We're doing 15 to 20 reps, just trying to get volume in there, really stretch everything out and just get it done. I say we're increasing the weight as we go up again, pretty much like I do on most of my exercises. And this is pretty much it, just to finish off overall the whole leg workout. Just stretching everything out, getting the burn, getting the fatigue, and just really getting those glutes, the muscles, everything rounded. So that's pretty much it for my leg workout. I hope you did enjoy this video. This is just giving you a run through and commentary of my workout with a few tips that I like to use. Hopefully you did like it. If you did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up for me. I appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this with the commentary, let me know in the comments below. Also, I'll have a Q&A video coming out soon, so make sure you follow me on my Snapchat as well. I'll mention more of it on there. So until next time, guys, stay safe, make it happen.